Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another unit, whatever we're doing, thing. Now, there is another UR arc, which I'm kind of... I don't know, I don't like it, I'll be honest. I don't like that there's another UR arc. But the good news is, I personally, from looking at it, don't think it's worth getting, specifically, so... If we do get it, I would love to get it, but we're not going to be going for it specifically, we're just going to go for the unit, but... If we do get the unit incredibly early, I'll still do a few more pulls afterwards to at least get some paid equipment. We'll have a look at what they're like later because I don't know what they're like. But I don't know how long ago the last UR arc was, I guess I can check. The last one was Linus, which was literally like a month ago, so that's not that long ago. I feel like they're releasing a bit too many UR arcs at this point, which is... It's not good, in my opinion, because UR arcs are usually the most powerful arcs in the game, arguably. Mostly their traits, sometimes their skills too, but if they're going to keep releasing more of those, it's a bit controversial really, but let's not talk about that anymore for now. Let's focus on looking at the new unit and the arc. So, I don't know the best way to pronounce his name. I just say Lagreign, because that's just the way I always said it. Probably some other way of saying it, but I don't know. There is a free 10 pulse gacha. This is a good lap. Lap 1 looks pretty good, because you get a free 10 pull. And I believe if I have a look quickly, I believe... We're not doing summers yet, I just wanted to check. I believe... Yes, there is rate up for the arc, so that's perfect, because I would love to get it, but we're not going to be going for it, so let's get right into it. I gotta say first, I love the artwork on this, even though Lagreign is basically just a copy of Divine Beast Ray. If I were to show that off just now, well, I guess I can show that in a minute, or I should show that now. So the artwork here, the background is obviously new, but if you look at his sprite, I love it. I know it looks amazing, but it's basically just a red version of Divine Beast Ray. Not gonna lie, but I'm not complaining because I love it. I love the sprite. Yeah, I'm really gonna need the luck in this one because if we manage to get both the unit and the arc, then I'd love it. We're not going for the arc, so an arc would be a bonus really. Let me just show Ray quickly, and then we'll get on to looking at what the unit's like. When it loads, if it loads, where is it? Why is there no pixel art? You can basically see it's pretty similar. There it is. Well, I do have enough to pity the unit, but I hope we don't have to do that. I will only be willing to pity, well, I'll be willing to pity anyway, but I'm hoping if we do have to pity, then we get the arc before then. So let's get right into looking at the units. So I wasn't expecting this unit, I had no idea what to expect for the next unit, and this was kind of a surprise to me because I didn't think they would release this unit, even though he's been in the story for quite a while. I don't know what's going on in the new story because I haven't done the new story because I just haven't felt like it yet. I do love the story, I know, but it's just, I don't know, I haven't felt like it recently. I've been trying to play other games and stuff. So, stats on this guy, he is a god type, which is pretty good because that means he's not vulnerable to Human Slayer in Arena. It's the main thing. And sometimes gods, like Logzeus, they're god types, usually the strongest units. Arguably, not always, because like Baland, you know, and Rough Shift Roland too. So good HP, strength's pretty good, defense is okay too, kind of surprising. But he is an interesting unit, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about here. Attribute resistances are kind of strange, minus 10 to light, minus 30 to earth, and he is going to be a thunder DPS, so I guess that makes sense. Minus 10 to light doesn't really make as much sense, but he does have resistances to thunder, ice, and dark, so that's okay. Weak to blind isn't that great, resistance to curse is okay, and nil to stun. Those are good things you want to see, but the weak to blind isn't that great. Abilities, nothing crazy here, but I didn't really watch the full video so I don't really know what all of his animations are like. Yeah, I'll have a look at his paid equipments once we've talked about everything related to the unit and the arc. That's what I usually do, because it makes it a lot easier that way to kind of put it into segments, you know. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit too complicated for people to see where I'm talking about things. I did see his skill 1 in the video. I think that's the only one I saw. Well, and the skill 2, I believe. But what I think so far is all of these skills are basically a slight improved version of Divine Beast Ray's skills. That's what I think, but I don't know yet because we'll have to see that. But from a brief look, I think that's what they are. He's kind of like an improved Divine Beast Ray, basically. That's what I think, which is usually, most of the time, it's very good because Divine Beast Ray was a top tier unit when it came out. It was one of the best units. So this could potentially be another case of they're improving a unit which used to be a top tier unit, so now they're going to be a top tier unit again, which has happened with like multiple units. For example, Shift Balins, Shift Rollers, those examples, and a few others. But his skill 1, when I looked at it, it looks incredibly fast. So we're going to have to test out his skills later on. Skill 2, I guess I should get the hit counts up because I forget. Where's the thing? So skill 1 is 6 hits, which isn't that much, but it's incredibly fast. I think it looks too fast to me, but if it's spammable, could be insane DPS. Skill 2 is 14 hits, but it says it's around the unit, so you got to be in close. Skill 3 is 18 hits. It's a charge and deal with frontal wide area thundercomb attack that launches enemies into the air. I was hoping it was going to be a close the gap skill, but it doesn't seem like it. It says charge and deal with frontal attack, blah blah. So I'm hoping it has decent enough range so it can actually get in close and then start using skill 2s and skill 1s, because I like seeing that on pretty much every single physical DPS unit apart from long range physical DPS units. They don't need them, but I'm hoping he's got a good range on a skill 3 for him to use it. If not, then I'm hoping he has a lot of speed. I don't really know. Special skill is 52 hits, which is pretty nice. Powerful thunder combo attack to all enemies. Nothing special really. And it's kind of strange. He's all red. You'd think he's fire, but he's still thunder. I was thinking he's either gonna be thunder or fire or dark, but he's just thunder, which I guess is fine. But I don't know about you, but I would like to see a bit more dark and fire DPS units, because the top 2 units are fire and dark. Roy and Logzeus we've had for an incredibly long time, so I would like to see Logzeus be finally outdated, come with a new dark physical DPS that outshines him in every way, but I don't know when that's going to happen. Or at least a dark DPS unit that has higher DPS potential, because we don't have that many. Shift Millen kind of sucks, and with fire DPS we don't really have many either. We got Murren and Roy, and that's pretty much it. So traits is where it gets always a bit more interesting. Lots of words, but there's some great stuff here, but these are mostly conditional damage cap raises, which some people like, some people don't, but I kind of like it, not gonna lie. Most of the time. Thunder damage 40%, damage cap 5000 is okay. During skill/special attacks, chance to deal thunder extra damage. That's basically the same as Divine Beast Ray, I know that for sure. I love having a chance to do extra attack damage because that adds on to the DPS potential. So I love that. Whenever taking 5% of units max HP, boost, break, and thunder damage cap. Max break 300% damage cap 10,000. Boost doesn't reset each wave. So here's the thing, is I'm wondering if this only activates once you actually get hit by the enemy, or if you can hurt yourself to activate this. I don't know. I'm hoping you can use Berserker and it will synergize with this trait very well, but I don't know. We're going to have to try that out later, but I don't know how we're going to test that properly. But I 100% want to try it out. I just remembered I don't know if I even learnt Berserker on him. So we're gonna have to see, but that seems pretty damn strong. The only problem is you gotta get hit, you gotta take damage. Now it doesn't say you gotta take damage from an enemy or anything, it just says whenever you're taking 5% of units max HP, which is a weird wording. It doesn't say take damage, it says whenever you're taking 5% of units max HP. I'm hoping Berserker works. Let's hope. Now trait 2, nullify criticals taken, which is amazing. We don't really get that many, but that's more survivability basically, and I think what it means is it just turns all critical hits that he takes into 0 damage, or he just doesn't take any damage at all, so that is amazing, because that's going to be helpful for like in arena, for example. That's the main example, because if you're in a hard boss stage, they're not really going to do critical damage, are they? So yeah, when a unit has a debuff and or status ailment, damage taken minus 30%, which is interesting. Chance to nullify flinch from magic attacks, which is good, but it's locked behind having a debuff or status ailment on the unit. And boost thunder damage cap, maximum of 10,000 based on number of debuffs and or status ailments on the unit. So what this trait 2 is basically when you have more debuffs or status ailments on yourself, then you're going to do more damage and take less damage and not get flinched by magic some of the time. Which I would have liked it if it wasn't conditional and if some of it was all the time active, but at least the nullified criticals is by itself, so that works all the time. It's just everything else in this trait, you gotta have a debuff on yourself for it to do anything. So that kind of sucks, because let's say for example you're doing a hard boss stage, you get inflicted by a status ailment, and you have a Spirit Maiden Thoria or a Sarah on your team. The AI is going to automatically want to remove that debuff from you, so kind of gotta think about that really, because that could be problematic really. So it's interesting, it makes the unit kind of a bit more fun, but at the same time, putting so much damage cap and so much potential in like conditional is kind of bad. But again, since he already has a lot of damage cap increases, I'm not complaining. Gives him more maximum potential, because he does have some good potential. So some interesting traits. I do like these traits. They're kind of unique, and some of it is an improvement of Divine Beast Ray, so that's good. Now skills is where it gets always the best stuff. So he's got a new anima, which I love this anima already. It's the best. It's kind of like Shift Eliza anima. All enemies thunder / dark resistance -20. Now this does stack with other debuffs like circles or whatever, and weakness and stuff like that. So that's why it's so useful, because it can stack with other debuffs. Now it's not going to stack with other animas, but this is still crazy. So I love this anima, and it's going to give more usage to some units. For example, if you were to go up against a boss which has incredibly high thunder resistance, and you're using someone like a Mikasa or any thunder DPS unit which doesn't have Trishula, then using this anima with a bunch of other debuffs could be incredibly useful. HP up max, attack up max, fighting spirit 5, great stuff. You don't really see attack ups or HP ups on many units, mostly attack ups, so this is interesting. Attack up stacked with fighting spirit. Critical up 3, great to have. Aim vitals, proud force, great stuff. Divine Beast of Destruction. We haven't really seen this skill. It's probably on Divine Beast Ray, I'm assuming. Damage taken from light and dark attacks -20%. Fainting from enemy attacks is nullified. That's pretty damn good. Nullifying feints is pretty useful, because sometimes it is pretty annoying fainting. You're using your skills, getting hit a bunch, then you faint. Sometimes it happens. It does happen. So that's useful. Auto Brave, Critical, and Haste is amazing to have. Patience 2, more defense when close to death is okay. Awaken, love it. Thunder Drive, Thunder Attack Range 2 and 3, more damage cap. No Thunder High Drive, but it is on an SSR rock, so I recommend put that on him. But in Arena it's a different story, I would say, arguably. Pose of Glory, great to have. Doesn't have any poser on it or anything, but depends on the kind of build you're going for. Beastly Banquet is good. Only recover 1 SCT stock for all skills though, so not as good as the other one, Pirate Feast. Adversity, don't know what this does. When inflicted with stats, ailment, physical attack, and special damage 20%. Okay, all this reminds me of is I gotta remember his name now. We don't use him. Why is this so slow? The guy we got for free. This one. Where is he? I can't find it. Why is he not down at the bottom? Yes, I missed him already. Yeah. He should be down here. But you know that guy that we got free from the story. Let me just find him, because I have to. I'm wasting time. I know. Yeah, I can't see him at all. It's incredibly difficult to find. It's Leorg, that guy, yeah, I remember. I see him now. So Leorg is pretty similar in some cases because he has weakness to literally every element, and he gets more damage bonuses depending on what stats elements he has. Kind of similar to him in some cases. Blessed Speed is what I like to see because I was talking about he kind of needs movement speed. Diablos is good. Skill attacks have a chance to greatly reduce defense, attribute resistance, and then deal damage. Love it. Dual wield. Great. Claw boost and mega boost, more damage cap. You're gonna need a claw. Quick trigger, break boost, destroyer. Has some good break stuff here. Now these 4 skills are new skills. Wings of Ruin. Ice and thunder damage taken minus 20%, so less damage taken, which is good. When taking thunder attacks, chance for next skills damage 20%, slash damage cap 2000. So here's the problem, is this only applies when you're taking thunder damage. So in most cases this isn't going to do anything, because you need to take thunder damage for your next skill attack to get more damage and damage cap, so this kind of sucks. But if you just think of it as a random bonus sometimes, then that could be good. Battle start, if unit strength is the highest in party, then physical damage cap 3000. So there's a lot of damage caps here, as you can see. You gotta have a lot of strength. This is going to be kind of a problem in multiplayer if you're finding a lot of people using Lagreign, then people are going to be fighting for the highest strength. But in other cases it's not that big of a deal, because if he has a lot of strength it's fine. God divides strength 10%, physical attack damage cap 1500 per living god type ally other than the unit. This is amazing. Maximum of 3 units in the party, so that is like 4500 damage cap because it does stack. So that is very good. If you have him in the party as your main DPS, then I'd recommend to put on Mimicry on every single unit in your team if they don't have God type already, because that's going to give this unit more damage cap and more strength, so that's going to be something you've got to think about. Draw more enemy attention, strength 50%, defense minus 25%, so here's an interesting thing. More strength, less defense, draw more enemy attention. It's good because you're getting so much strength. 50% strength is a huge increase. So I like this. So from looking at his skills, he does have some pretty good stuff, not gonna lie. He has some good damage cap increases. In total, it can reach about 46,000-ish without everything else like UR arcs and other skills added on top. This is his base damage cap. Full potential. But obviously it's incredibly difficult to get that maximum potential because you've got to have debuffs or ailments on the unit. And you also got to take thunder damage and other stuff, so it's a bit difficult to get the maximum damage cap on this guy, but he has some good potential, so I'm looking forward to trying him out. Now let's go over to the arc. Now this arc is interesting, good artwork, it's another divine beast that we haven't seen before. I like that. Stats, a lot of HP, that's pretty much it. The trait, during stats elements damage taken minus 50%. Don't really care too much about that. Maximum HP plus 20% is okay. Strength and int plus 5%, maximum 50% per living god type ally other than the unit. Now that is interesting, because it technically works with Divine Beast Raid, because you have a similar thing. So that could be decent. So getting more max HP and strength and int is not bad. You don't see that. You don't usually get max HP on an arc trait that often. Battle start, give Revergence buff to god type ally with the highest strength. I don't know what that buff is. I would love to know what that buff is, because it could potentially be a very good buff. I don't know. I would love to know what that buff is. But I guess we gotta wait and see for at least one person to get this arc, I guess. Hopefully someone on my friends list has this arc. If not, then I guess we won't be able to use it, but we'll see. While unit is alive, give that ally physical attack damage cap plus 2000. That's kind of a weird wording. I think what it means is it gives the ally with the Revergence buff plus 2000 damage cap buff. Well, plus 2000 damage cap. So here's the problem I see, is if you have this arc equipped on Lagreign, then he's not going to be getting any damage cap increases from this trait. That's the one reason why I don't really see this synergizing well with this unit, because he's not getting added damage potential on top from this trait. So I would rather use Solaris arc trait instead. I would rather use that. But I can see this being useful as a support arc, kind of similar to Holy War, but it only buffs one ally with a Revergence buff. I can see this being useful for sure, it's just nothing crazy, nothing I would want to chase for. I know it gives more potential to units, but we've got a lot of those right now, so I'm not too worried about it. Now let's have a look at the skill, just so I don't forget it. Nothing crazy, again, powerful thunder attack to all enemies, damage cap plus 15,000. Give thunder attack damage plus 30% buff to all allies, damage taken damage taken plus 20% debuff to all enemies, so that's good. Again, it's nothing crazy. I would not get it to level 10 because I don't think it's worth it. There are better arc skills, but I don't know what it looks like at level 1. We'll have to see. I don't know. But it's okay. It's nothing crazy. Not my favorite. The trait is decent. I'm not complaining. I really want to know what the Revergence buff is, because I have no idea. If it's kind of like X-Bet's buff, then that's amazing, because she gives damage cap and slayers to one unit. If it's something similar to that, I would love it, but we don't know what it is yet, unless we try it out. I would love to know what it is. Now, skills has some interesting stuff. Mimicry Grod. Some of these skills, not gonna lie, are kind of for Divine Beast Lagreign. Extra attack boost for 3 SC is actually pretty good. Skill 1 Breakthrough is a new skill. For 2 SC, amazing. Skill 1 damage cap plus 500 is nothing crazy, but I would love to use this. When only one weapon is equipped, damage cap plus 1000 instead. So this skill is basically some cheap damage cap boosts that can stack. So that is why it's valuable. The only problem is it doesn't give that much damage cap, so I don't think it's worth chasing just for that. For example, Holy War Arc has boss, whatever that, Giant Killer 2, which gives plus 2000 damage cap. Now that, something like that is worth getting because its plus 2000 damage cap is quite significant, but only plus 500 isn't really that big of a deal, so it doesn't make that much of a difference. But since it's only 2 SC, that one makes it even more valuable because it's so cheap. So you could put it on literally anyone you want, but it's only to the skill 1. So it's okay, it's good, it's just nothing amazing that I want to chase for. Berserker we've seen on other arcs before. Now the funny thing is, I was talking about Berserker potentially synergizing with Lagreign's traits. So if it doesn't, I'll be surprised, because why do they put Berserker on this arc if it's not going to work? That's going to be incredibly weird and kind of a troll, really. Fast high vitality is okay, basically just gives a HP buff. I think it's plus 2000. Thunder Enhance is pretty good, but it's 12 SC, so a bit expensive. Thunder attack damage 10% and skill damage 15%. It's okay, it's not bad. I just think 12 SC is a bit too much. I'd like it if it was like 10 SC, 9 SC, I would probably use it if it was 9 SC. But 12 SC is a bit much because you're then comparing it to Thunder Attack Raise. Actually, technically it is a little bit better then, because I think Thunder Attack raises 12 SC and it gives plus 20% thunder damage. This gives plus 25% to thunder skill damage, so that's not bad, I guess. But again, looking at these skills in the Arc trait, there's nothing crazy that I want to chase for, really. The Arc Eve reward could change my mind, but it really doesn't, because I'll tell you why. So it's a Thunder Spear, good strength, some defense, okay. Now the trait, give physical attacks an anti-soldier / sniper type effect. Now here's the thing, it is very good, it's a very good trait, but the problem is, it's a spear. Now, that's the main reason why I don't really care too much about this, because it's a spear. If it was a sword, it would be a different story, it would be very good, but since it's a spear, spear boosts give less damage boost than sword boost, because they give, I think spear high boost give plus 20% physical damage and less physical damage taken, something like that. So, and spear boost isn't a plus 10% physical damage boost, I think it's a bit less but gives less physical damage taken. So, why I don't think this is as good as some people think is because it's a spear. And if it was a sword, it would be so much better for damage, because I don't see myself ever using spears, because I only use spears on tank units or hybrid tank DPS units that use spears. And also there aren't that many units that use spears. So yes, the spear has the potential to be useful for some potential future units we don't know, but could be useful on some units right now. Like, you could put this on Lagreign if you want, but that means you're potentially losing out on maximum damage because you're using a spear with spear boost instead of swords with sword boost, and this trait doesn't give any physical damage boost either. So it's an okay spear, it's nothing crazy, it's good, it's just not my favorite because it's a spear and doesn't really give anything else apart from 2 slayers, which are quite valuable, I know. It's just, don't need them, you know. But since it is soldier and sniper, you could put this for an arena build if you want. Potentially you could put on spear and a claw on Lagreign in arena, make him kind of a hybrid tank / DPS unit. That could be a decent build, because then it gives him soldier and sniper slayer. And I haven't mentioned this, but he doesn't have any slayers on him, so that kind of sucks, but he does have a lot of damage. So that could be an interesting build, potentially, but I'm just giving ideas, really. For a maximum damage potential build, I probably would not use a spear. I would use a sword or a machine instead. So yeah, that's the unit and the arc. Interesting things to see. I'm more excited about the unit this time around because he looks amazing and looks pretty fun and has some good potential. And probably we don't have that many Thunder DPS units. We have a few more than Dark and Fire, but we've only really got like Mikasa and Mia. That's pretty much it, I believe. So I'm looking forward to having another top tier DPS Thunder unit because we haven't had one in a while. So I'm looking forward to trying them out. Now the arc it's good. I would like to have it. I'm just not going to chase for it because I've had enough of that. So yeah, I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you're not surprised because the last arc went terribly wrong, but that's not the main reason. It's just I don't want to have to do that all the time. And if I were to get this arc, who would I use it on? It depends on the Revergence buff. I could potentially use this on support unit to buff Lagreign for plus 2000 physical damage cap, right? But whatever really. And skill 1 breakthrough could be useful too, but you know, I would like to have it. It's just I'm not going to chase for it. I will potentially get it in the future, but we don't know how long that's going to be. How close is the next anniversary? I don't know. I think it's 3.5 anniversary, isn't it? Something like that. Anniversaries usually give a paid gacha which guarantees 1 UR arc, so could potentially get it from there. So now let's have a look at the trading space and have a look at paid equipments too. So let me first do something, is we've got this arc trading ticket. Now here's the thing, is I don't think there's anything I need from this because I think I have everything. Yeah, since it doesn't have Phantom Crow's arc, I don't need any of this at all. All of this, for me, is rubbish because I have every single one of these arcs. So, this is only really going to be useful for people who don't have these arcs. Obviously, Pirate Ship and Sandworm are good ones to have, and there's a few good ones that you must have. If you don't have those, then go for it. Caldina, if you don't have it, get it right now. What are you doing? You need it. Trishula exists, even though most units recently don't require it. Arc for a tank unit. Where is it? I highly recommend Ancient Weapon arc. Loghan, whatever. Because it's good for certain tank units like Ruto, Granados, you know, it's pretty good for tank units. It's one of the good ones. But to be honest, there aren't that many good SSR arcs for tanks. I can't really recommend any good arcs here. I just say get one that you think you need. If you don't have Caldina or Sandworm, then get one of those right now. But if you do have those, then just get one that you feel like you need. That's all I'm going to say. Now here's the problem, is I have every single arc here, so I don't need anything. So I don't care what I get. I don't know what I should get. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to trade for the first one I see because I have everything. See. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to get it. Just whatever. And let's go over to the event training space. A claw, thunder attribute, not bad. It's okay. Prism, get it. Get that prism. Some tickets, materials, that's about it. Kind of basic stuff. And paid equipment. So I think the paid equipment, here's a pity. I think the paid equipment is going to be a claw and an accessory, which it is. I was expecting a thunder claw because I had a look, and there's literally only one thunder claw, I believe, unless I'm missing some. which is a God-Forged Claw, Thunder attribute claw. That's the only Thunder attribute claw that we have, I believe. So we're kind of limited on Thunder Claws. So I'm hoping this claw is pretty good and gives damage cap, because if it does, I'm going to get it. And if the accessory's good too, then I'm going to get it, because I think Lagreign's going to be a good top tier DPS unit, and if these are both going to give him more potential, then obviously I'm going to go for them. So let's see. Thunder Claw, good strength, that's it. Okay, trait. Thunder skill / special damage cap 2000. Okay, that's more than I thought. Usually it's 1500, so that's good. Only thing is it doesn't have, it's not applying to normal attacks, but who cares. Thunder skill damage cap 2000 and a special damage cap 2000. I love it. When physically attacking, enemy defense minus 10% to deal damage. Okay, break plus 50%. So this is a pretty good claw. Definitely the best in the slot claw for him. But if you're going for full damage, then obviously this trait isn't giving any skill damage, it's only giving damage cap, and even though it does when physically attacking, enemy defense minus 10% is active all the time, so that is pretty good. It basically gives a permanent piercing type effect all the time, so I love that. And more break is pretty nice because it could be a decent breaker. We don't know, I don't know his break numbers, but I like this claw. I'm gonna get it because it gives him more potential damage cap. And some piercing is good too. So the accessory, I don't know how good this is gonna be, let's see. So the trait, when taking lethal damage, survive once, then restore HP by 50% and boost strength defense based on how little HP is left. I don't get why. Yeah. This is only really useful for arena, I would say. If you're going for a full damage build, then you don't need this. Survive once, then restore 50% HP. Boost strength and defense based on how little HP is left. Maximum and plus 30%. Okay. So, I don't really care about this accessory too much. I only really see this being useful in arena, and that's it. Could be incredibly useful in arena. So, if he turns out he's going to be a top tier arena unit, or if he is a pretty decent arena unit, then this accessory is worth getting, but in normal boss stages or any hard content, it's probably not going to be that good, and if you want more damage potential, then you don't need it at all. So, that's what I think. I'd recommend Claw first, then accessory, then prisms. That's what I'm going to say, I think. The accessory is nice, it doesn't give any damage potential, which is what I was looking for. But yeah, a good claw, more damage cap by 2000, pretty nice. So that's everything here. Some good stuff, not gonna lie. I do like the theme of him being a red unit. It just looks really cool. So that's everything in the trading space, I believe. So I guess let's go over to summons right now. When you log in today, you do get one rainbow potion, so we will be using this rainbow potion on the unit to get him to 5th enhance, because I do have the materials. I did farm a bunch of materials yesterday and the day before. I've got 30 of each 9-star materials that I need, so that's good. So my plan, the plan for today is, let's first do this and I'll talk about the plan. So I think my plan is to do this daily, every single day, to hope to get the UR arc. I think that's my plan, which is good because it does last 29 more days, but 30 days in total, basically a full month. So there is a decent, well not decent, there's some little chance, some little hope of getting the UR arc from one of these dailies. But yeah, my plan is to do step gacha until we get enough for the paid claw, and then if we still don't get the unit, we'll still keep going until we can get the unit. And if we get the Arc, I would really love it because I really want the Arc. But we're not chasing for it, so if we get the Arc, that's going to be a good bonus. It is only a 0.4%, so I really doubt we'll get it. So I hope we get it if we have the luck, but I'm really not expecting it, so I'm not going to get any hopes up today. I'm just going to be mostly looking at the unit. But if we get anything new, if we get any reds, I'm going to hope it turns into a dark blue colour for the UR. If not, I'm not going to be surprised. Now, I'm just going to remind everyone, I'm missing one SSR arc, which is Phantom Crow's arc, and I'm missing one DOH unit, which is Zoglas. So, if we get something new, it's not guaranteed to be the new unit or UR arc. Nothing in the first pull, it's only 2 pulls. Just getting started, but hopefully we get lucky. Hopefully better than last time, which was Lenius banner was horrible to us, but hopefully it changes. Good thing is there's a free temple here. If you're a light spender, if you're willing to spend a little bit on this game, I highly recommend to do lap 1 on most depth catchers, because lap 1 is insane value. You're paying 4, 5, 6, 700 paid crystals to do basically 20 pulls, 21 pulls, which is incredibly cheap. Nobody's showing up. Nobody's shown up yet, so I don't have any hope yet. Don't have any reds yet, but haven't even done a full temple yet. Hopefully this one gives us a red UR arc potentially, but I'm going to try not to mention the UR arc that much because, I don't know, it makes me want it more when I actually don't care. It's a matter of wanting it, not a matter of needing it. So, I gotta remind myself and try and limit myself of how much I'm gonna pull. Come on, why is nobody showing up? Gold at least? Potentially, but why am I by myself? Why is... Three animations, but there's no guarantee red. There is a red. Can it be the UR arc? It is an arc, but there is one SSR arc we're missing, which is Phantom Crows, so if we get a new arc, could be Phantom Crows. It's not new. I wish we get the arc. I think I'm a bit too excited for the UR arc, but just ignore the UR arc for now. It doesn't exist. We're just looking at the unit because he looks amazing. I'm looking forward to the unit more than the arc, because if I were to get the arc, I probably wouldn't use it. I just want to quickly check. Does anyone on my friends list have the unit plus the arc yet? Probably not, but it's worth a look. I'm hoping someone gets the UR arc so we can showcase it later on and puts it on my friends list. If you're watching this and you're on my friends list and you have the UR arc, then put it on so I can show it off in this thing that we're doing. So, temple, free temple. Please don't be by myself this time. Give something new. Red. Tharia. It's only a blue. Only 2 people showed up, so I don't have hope unless 2 or 3 animations. 2, 3. Yes, no. Maybe so. Maybe not. You can never be sure when it's going to go to a red. It's kind of just a bit random. I don't know if they've updated this gacha with more DOH units. Maybe I should check. Now it gets a bit too expensive, doesn't it? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15,000 for the lamps is a bit more. So now it's gone up to Ardeen. So now you got Ardeen, Sarah, Lancefield, Madja, Sheeta, Eliza. There's some good units in here now. I wouldn't mind a dupe. Actually, I'm not going to say that because I do mind. I would like new stuff. But I wouldn't mind a dupe of Sarah or Madja. Now this gives me hopes because it's looking hopeful, but I've been trolled many times and I'm not going to be trolled again, so I'm going to say nothing. It's not guaranteed to go to red. 3 animations though, come on, you can't say no. An arc? We're not really looking for the arcs, but if it is an arc, we're going to hope that it's new. More than one red? No, it's only one. Nothing new. I was really hoping it was going to be new. We're still missing Phantom Crows, which I wouldn't mind, really. I'm hoping we don't have to pity today, because I really don't want to. But I need more luck. Come on. I can picture 2 reds in this temple. I like it when we get temples that have multiple reds. It's just exciting. Exciting stuff. And then you get nothing and you realise, oh, we got nothing. That was useless. But 2 animations. There's a red. No extra animation. Is it 2 reds? No. New? No new. We got so many arcs. Dupes. I at least want to pull 1 or 2 new things today. I'm gonna use a few free crystals, then I guess we'll do the rest of the step gacha, because if I just check how many crystals I have a few free crystals. I know I should save them, but I was willing to at least do a few free temples. It's technically not free, because you're still using crystals, but whatever. I would probably say Thuria, or it depends on what you feel. Either Thuria or Lagreign, one of those two. Oh, I usually get disappointed whenever Lilibet shows up, but not always. It needs to give me enough animations and a red to make up. But I don't think, I'm not feeling it, Mr. Krabs. 3, but it's not guaranteed red, it's not. There is a red. Now, in situations like these, we've got the UR arc 2 times before, but it's not going to happen. Because we're going to get another SSR dupe. C, which we now have at plus 19. Come on, we need a new something. Because otherwise... Skip. No skip. Come on. I might do singles. Okay. Every temple that we've got a red on has only had 1. I want something new. I really do. I would love something new. I don't care what it is. I do, actually, I care a lot. But let's do a few more of these. We're probably going to have to pity the unit, aren't we? Because we're not getting that lucky yet. I mean, actually, we've gotten more lucky with the reds so far. But now I'm saying that we're not going to get red in this temple. So no temple red. No red temple in this one. But At least we're getting some reds. We had, in the past, I think we did like 70 pulls and we didn't get one red. That luck is terrible. Arc again. Why is it an arc? Why? We haven't even got one unit yet. Unless there's 2 reds in here, please. Something new. Still one, damn it. Why? I feel like arcs are the only thing that exists in this banner. Units don't exist, do they? Well, I think we don't have luck today, but sad. At least we'll get the unit, right? Hopefully everyone else is having good luck. If you are, then please share some of that with everyone in this stream. I thought that was not going to go to a red. I was kind of worried. Still one, so it's another SSR. Dupe. Lena is funny. Very funny. Because I'm not using her because we got Shift Lena. Summer Lena. What's the plan, Stan, man? Checking how many pulls we've done so far from looking at training space. I would love the UR, but 82. If we do 3 10 pulls, we should get the unit. I'm just saying it. Okay, so we got 50, so we now get both of these. Which I might as well. But do I even care about this? I mean, sure, I'm gonna get it because I might as well. No reason not to. And we'll go. I'm gonna slow this down a little bit because I don't want to waste crystals anymore. But I'm just thinking, what use does this new UR arc have? Who could you use it on? What is it useful for? Obviously learning the skills could be useful. Oh! A red. It doesn't mean anything. Well, it does. It means there's an SSR arc or unit that is a dupe that we already have, but... Something new, please. RNGesus. Unit! But that doesn't mean anything. Dupe. Yep, is a dupe of you, really. Well, we tried. We failed miserably. I'm gonna skip most of these unless they look really lucky. I don't know what to say about that one. I think I prefer doing this. I know you probably don't, but I do. I probably gonna have to go back to the paid catcher just to... Man, I didn't want to pity the unit, but looks like we're gonna have to. But he is worth getting. He's a fun unit. Zerkus with a blue is a skip for me. Zerkus with a gold is a potentially. Nobody showing up is always a skip. I don't know what I'm doing with my existence right now, but it's a bit painful, not gonna lie. It's a bit much. Come on, one more red from a single pull, which is new. Skip, nothing. I'll go back to the paid step catcher in a minute. I was hoping we had more luck than this, but game doesn't want to give luck to me because game doesn't like me, it really doesn't. career. And now we go to Step Gadget, because that's another dupe. Why are we getting so many dupes today? These are the worst. How many free crystals do we have left? A good question, because we have a few. I think we have 70 something. So, man, I don't think we're gonna get anything from these pulls today. I think we're just gonna have to pity and nothing. Ah, the worst tempo ever. My life. So I think this is the final lap. If I were to do it, which I don't want to, but I have no choice at this point, which is sad. I wish. See, this is the problem. If we have luck like this, none at all the time, then I won't be able to do this all the time, you know, because I don't want to. Why is there no reds anymore? There's nothing. There's absolutely jack squat in my pools today. Come on, we need a temple that has 2 reds, one of them being the new unit. I'm just looking for the new unit, so this is a bust. Nothing in here. Man, still nothing new. Really? I was hoping we would be getting to the showcase real soon, but that seems like a big nope. I'm just gonna instantly skip this one. Boom. Never skip. Never skip. Okay, I think should probably just continue this step catcher now. Get it over and done with. Because I think otherwise we're going to be using every single crystal that we have left on this account. Otherwise, you see, I mean I've still got 70,000 free crystals, so technically I'm going to do another one, and another one, and another one. But there's a limit to how many. Because what should I be saving my free crystals on for? Limited collab arcs. Skip again, as we've lost the reds luck. There's no reds left. Yeah, I'm just gonna pity the up unit now, so let's do that. And then don't have to waste more. Because technically you could save the free crystals if you only did the paid step catcher and nothing else at all. But obviously, trying just to push my luck, aren't I? Which I don't have. 12,000 paid crystals, then we can get the unit guaranteed. Unless it makes it up to us and give the UR rock right now, which it's not going to because it's a little bit with a blue, which is skip instantly, which is no reds at all. There's a red, which is nothing new. Is new. It's a UR rock. I didn't think it was going to go to the blue, but it happens. Okay. Lilibet is lucky once again. Lilibet. Man. Well. That's a relief. Because I'm glad we got something new. I'm glad we got that UR rock. Because I didn't plan to pity it either, so that is pretty damn nice. Now, I'm happy now. Which I should be. Now I'm not mad at all about having to pity the unit because we got the arc. So, I'm not complaining anymore because No way. Okay, now let's get the unit. We do these three, we get the unit. So that's perfect. That's amazing. So we will be able to showcase the arc today, which was unexpected. Very unexpected. Let's slow this down a little bit. I'm just going to keep watching these animations and just have a chill session. I'm not worried anymore. We'll get the unit guaranteed and we've got the arc, so everything is good. Even if we don't get anything, the unit guaranteed. Not here in the next... Can we get Lagreign right now to save a few pay crystals? Yes, we can. Yes, indeed we can, we can. I still love this artwork, it looks amazing. Iron Device Beast Lagreign, because it has the embodiment of Logzaeus' vast power. Right, you unfaithful humans who defy his will, I grant you the salvation of your destruction. Sure. Well, we're done, which is good, that's a relief, because that's a change of events. See, it can change just in 2 temples like that, just like that. Luck changed instantly. 2 temples. These 2 right here. Now we don't have to pity anything at all. Amazing. Love it. Even though it was painful to get there. Okay, now let's go to the next part of the stream video thingy. Stridio. And that is... It's gonna be higher because he's a shift unit, isn't he? Yeah, he's at the top. So, this is great. I'm glad we didn't have to pity anything this time, but it was real close, not gonna lie. So, look at the pixel art on Divine Beast Ray. Now look at God of Ruin. Divine Beast Lagreign. They look really similar. Basically, it's just a resprite of Divine Beast Ray, which is arguably one of the best looking art in the game. Not the best, but one of the best. In my top 5, probably. Top 10 / top 5. Probably top 5. Top 1, everyone knows my top 1 is Advocate of God Lily. The second one is Melee. And then after that, I don't know. Lagreign is in there somewhere. Definitely below the top 1 and 2 at least, so maybe just top 3, I don't know. Probably not. Usually the waifus, you would expect me to put like a waifu in the top 3, but no, I'm not like that. Okay, now let's go. Actually, first of all, put him as my home screen. There you go. Love it. Amazing. And now, I'm gonna quickly switch over to the Steam version, because I'm gonna do that right now. So that will take 2 seconds. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Here it is. Still 2 seconds. There you go. 2 seconds up. And we're gonna go to trading space and check everything. Check how many pulls we did in total. And trade for the prisms. I believe we should be able to get at least 1 prism. Why did you move? It's not aligned on the screen properly. Why did you do that? Fit to screen. Transform. There you go, perfect. Let's close this. And there you go, we're done. Now let's go to trading space. So we did 154 summons, which is a bit on the expensive side, not gonna lie, because I think if you have average luck, then you should get the unit by 120, I believe. I think that's the average luck. Any more above that is unlucky, but we got the UR arc early. We got the UR arc at like 140, so that's lucky. It's a surprise that I got the arc before the unit. That's a surprise. And we got 41 of these, which is perfect, which means we can get 2 prisms. We can get both of those prisms, which is amazing, because I think it's gonna be good. There you go. And that's it. Let me just get rid of the rest of these because we're not gonna need those. I usually get one of these potions with the rest of those, and since I don't need these anymore, I can just trade them for Crimson Ore. Well, you missed the moment. As when I got the UR arc, and then the temple after I got the unit. We did 154 summons in total, so that's actually not that bad for the UR arc. For the unit, it is a bit expensive, but for the UR arc, I'm not complaining. So, I'm happy. Which, I'm assuming most people know that I say that all the time. I'm surprised we got that lucky. I'm actually happy that we got that lucky. I know, I say it a lot. Anyways, let's move over to the showcase part of the video kind of stuff. Well, actually, it's not that part yet. We've got to do the building part of it first. So let's level up the arc first. Divine Beast, Baal Might. You missed the best moment. It was all nothing up until that moment. It was the best moment. This looks great. Well, you still got 4 days to push for Arena. If you do what I do and just leave it on auto all day, just press buttons, then that'd be amazing. You could easily get it, but obviously you don't have an auto team. Here's my idea for you. You could now replace Sarah with Thuria once you have her fully built as a tank / healer. Then have Shiftgorm and Sheeta on the team, so build Sheeta as a Dark Hole Mage with as much MP as possible, remove magic aura that he has to hopefully cast the black hole as soon as possible, and then the final unit could be, it's basically, I'm telling you to copy Tweak's team right now, because you have Mia too, but you could, ideally you would want some long range physical DPS unit, or try out Lagreign. Yeah, I'd say, I personally feel like building units is the most fun in this game. Building new units, trying them out, is the most fun in this game. It's the best thing in this game, so I highly recommend to do that as soon as you can, because it's really fun. Now here's the problem, is I'm going to show it in a minute. Is Sheeta requires a lot of MP to work well for Black Hole, I believe, unless you do have the music box equipped. I can make Sheeta work without the music box. Now we can only get this arc to level 8, which is kind of disappointing because I was hoping we'd be able to get it maxed, but these UR arcs are very expensive to level. So yeah, that's that. I'm quite interested to know more about this. But this is what we're going to have it at for now. Skill at level 1 is Thunder attack damage plus 15% buff to all allies. Damage taken plus 10% debuff to all enemies. Pretty good, not gonna lie. At level 1 is decent. The traits, damn it, Daniel. I can't test out the buff. I can't test out the buff because it doesn't have the buff on the trait yet. It gets the Revergence buff at level 9. Yeah, if your Lenius doesn't do enough damage, then try to make him... I've seen a couple people, like Zerk, For example, he's using Thunder Magic on Linus, which I would arguably say what I have built right now is better damage potential, but that's just my opinion because it's more fun. Let me just show you for a second. No spoilers, but 1024 MP I'm using after 3700 years on Linus. It works perfectly. It's pretty damn strong. The only problem is when other people cast their first, like Blizzard. So we don't have any red orbs that we can cover, that we can collect right now. But let's just move over to the showcase of the unit right now. So let's build him. I'm gonna use a rainbow potion because I have 4 right now. So what materials does the 5th Hearts require? It doesn't matter because I do have enough of everything. Look at this, I have 35 of these eyes. So that's good. So let's teach everything. I still wish there was an unlock all button. I need one. Ward is amazing. Damage cap, perfect. Love to see that. Let me try something different. Maybe the fast thing to do is to learn all of these corner ones first. Let me try that. So, Diablo's good. And then this one. This might work out terribly, but whatever. I'm looking forward to trying him out. He's gonna be pretty fun. Man, it's a bit hot here. I think it's supposed to be like around 30 degrees, which we're not used to. It's a bit too much for everyone. Dual wield. Any unit has dual wield. Incredible SC saves. Claw Mega Boost. Pose of Glory is, I love it. It shouldn't be 2 SC, it should be more expensive because it's so good. Claw Mega Boost, Fighting Spirit 5. I'm assuming he's going to have some good stats, it did look like it. Velocity, Thunder Attack Rates 2. So Thunder Attack Rates 3 is going to be on his 5th Hearts. So we'll get that later. HP up max. Quick Trigger is pretty nice. I do kind of like that. Because I think Quick Trigger is on the Great War Ruin arc, isn't it? So for the people who don't have it, actually it might be on Eldravana. Yeah, I think it is. Well, the people who don't have that UR arc, here you go. It's pretty useful, not gonna lie. Have a chance to get one of your skill 3s at the start of the battle. Amazing. Claw boost. Here's the funny thing, is we've got 2 claw units back to back. We got Summer Leona, who is a claw unit. Now we got Lagreign, Shift Ray unit, which also uses claws. We rarely get claw units. I still wish there was an unlock all button. They really need that quality of life feature right now. So I did learn some skills yesterday for this unit, for Ray. So that means I should be able to make a full build of him. I believe that's all the skills. Yep. So now let's look at equipment. He can equip a claw and nothing else. Okay, kind of a problem. That means I'm gonna need equip skills. Do I have any learned? Because that would be useful. Either sword or machine equip, if I have them. I believe I should have machine equip at least. Right? Sword and machine, perfect. Well, I think for now I'm gonna go with the sword. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Machine go, Trishula. So, here's the problem. Claw, Thunder, okay. Only got one, which is his paid claw. Now there's one Thunder Claw which I don't have. It's a Godforged Claw. It's pretty solid, not gonna lie. I would probably use it. And I can craft it. All I gotta do is enhance the two weapons to plus 40, which is easy. I guess I'll show that right now. But other claw options, there aren't that many. There's obviously his paid. This one is a good option, but I think the Thunder one that I'm going to show in a minute is probably better. So for now I'm going to equip that. And let me show off the other claw that I don't have yet. I could craft it. I want to do this. Alchemy. I don't think I did the daily alchemy, did I? Might as well do that right now. I usually just craft these. Boom. Saves time. So if I have a look at Godforge alchemy, what I'm thinking of is Rising Murder. Thunder physical attack damage plus 15%. I think that's the highest damage claw for Thunder attribute, I believe, so I would highly recommend to get this, because even if you have his paid like I do, I would rather use this because this gives more damage, which is useful for Arena if you want to build him in Arena. But if you aren't using him in Arena, I guess you don't need this, but I will be trying him in Arena at least, so I'm probably going to craft this when I can, which I just got to enhance these two, which is annoying. And once I've done that, I can easily craft it, which I think is worth doing. I could do it now, but that'll waste a little bit of time. So I'm going to do that later. Let's go back to equipment. Other equipment options, there isn't really any other options for claws, just the ones that I've already showed. And I think there's one in the event, I don't think it's that great though, so newer players don't have that many options for claws, which is kind of sad, but his paid claws is best one for against any hard content, non-arena content. For arena content you want the Rising Murder one, ideally. And for dual wield, I highly recommend to equip something else, so put on any equip skill like sword equip or machine equip. For now I'm going to put on Trishula just because, but if you want even more damage, put on a sword. If you want Trishula, then machine. That's it. For now I'm just going to put on Trishula because why not. And then accessories, his Thunder attribute which uses claws, So there aren't that many options for accessories, but it depends on what your second weapon is. So if you're using a sword, you could put this on, then you get more movement speed. You do get the skill damage all the time, so I sometimes forget that, but you don't need to have a sword equipped to have the skill damage. You only get the movement speed with the sword equipped. So that can work on any build, but highly recommend a sword if you want to use that. I would probably put on more damage cap just because, why not? But for now I'm not going to do that. Since I have a machine, I'm going to put on this because that's good. And then second accessory doesn't really matter. There aren't that many other good options, are there? Basically with accessories I always show the same accessory, so if you've seen multiple of these video stream things, then you probably already know the answer to what accessory to use if you have them. Newer players is a different option, just look at what you have and put on some kind of damage accessory or whatever you feel like you need, because there's no ideal, well there is an ideal build, but there's no build that you have to use. You can build whatever you want, which is great. So for now I'm just going to put on as much damage as possible, so that's probably meant for relief. But yeah, I think I'll do that. But this is more damage to bosses, even more movement speed, so I'm going to put that on instead. So I'm going to go with this for now. This isn't my final build. Actually, we do have this paid accessory, I could do that. I guess I might as well. Even though it doesn't give damage or anything, I might as well put that on for now. This isn't my final build, but this is the build I'm going to use for the moment, just to showcase things and some good options too. If I were to go up against enemies that were weak to thunder or had low thunder resistance, or at least 0 thunder resistance, then I would probably not use Trishula. I would use... There are actually some other good machine options that you could use, now I think about it. This one, and also this one, are amazing, so I'm gonna actually use this now. Because I love this weapon, it's really good. So we could go with that for now, and let's showcase him by himself. Already a lot of strength, that's a lot. Put on Honey Elixir and let's go and try him out. With the new arc as well, but the only problem is I can't get this to level 9. I really wanted to. Maybe I could get some from here. Sure. Let's see if we can get some from here, because I really want to see what the Revengeance buff is, or Revergence, whatever the name is, because I don't know what it does. Let's just do this quickly, hope it gives enough red souls, probably doesn't give any at all. I've been building Ruto recently because I kind of want to use him potentially for Arena, but also could be used for the maze. Yes, I would say Solaris on Lagreign is probably the best arc to use. Lagreign... 30,000 red souls. I believe that's enough, right? I would use Solaris, but for the sake of showcasing, I'm using the new UR arc because I have to show it off. But for full damage, yes, use Solaris. Very good option. Obviously, other options. Council of 10, level 10 arc skills, always a good option on every single physical DPS unit. Solaris, amazing. Now, Solaris on Lagreign in Arena could be amazing. Minus 20% damage taken for the first 20 seconds in battle. Damage always plus 10%. Thunder damage 10%. Damage cap 3000. Yeah, it's perfect. I'm gonna use this for now. Let me level this up to level 9. Then we can see what the there's no G in there. Reverence buff does. Reverence. Let's see what that does. I'm interested to try it out. So now it has everything, even though it's not the full. So give the buff to God type ally with. So it only applies to allies. That means I don't think it's going to do anything to this unit, because it says only allies, which means it can't apply to the current unit, I believe. But we're going to try it anyways. And if it doesn't do anything, if it doesn't give the buff... Oh, okay, it shows up. Yeah, that's fine. If it doesn't give the buff to himself, then I'm not surprised. We'll try that out in a little bit. Let's go to the normal stage we always do and try him out by himself with the UR arc. Fun. This should be good. So, High Elixir, what's his skill stocks like? I expect 2 skill 3s. 4, 3, 2. Not bad, not bad. It's a bit weird seeing red and he's a thunder unit, not gonna lie. Let's use the anima just because. Normal attack test. Can be flinched out quite easily, but it's not bad. Skill 1. Now watch this, skill 1. I'm gonna spam this. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, that's spammable as hell. Skill 2. I love that. Can be flinched out though. Skill 3. That's cool. Let's try out the arc skill now. Didn't see the animation though. I kind of forgot. I'll have to do that again. Break. Maybe he is a good breaker. Okay, let's try that again. It does seem like doing pretty decent damage, not gonna lie. His skill 1 is pretty damn good. Kinda like that skill 1. His skill 2 can be flinched, so that kinda sucks. But it's fun. I just see it being a problem. Now I really want to test his range of his skill 3, so I'm gonna try to do that. Let's use anima. Watch this arc skill. That's pretty cool. And let's test the range of his skill 3. Okay. Maybe it's a charge. It charges into enemies, so maybe it does have a line of... Maybe it doesn't have a line of sight, I don't know. Skill 2. See, that skill 2 to me seems like it has a lot of range, but I don't know. Now look at skill 1. Skill 3. Nice break. I want to test this. If I were to aim at him, will it use the skill 1 from here, or will it go to walk up to him? Because... yeah, it just used it instantly. And it doesn't hit him at all, does it? Yeah, look, watch this. I can use the skill 1 from here, but it doesn't actually... it does hit him. Wait, that's weird. This skill 1 range is kind of strange, I don't understand it yet. Oh, I see. So it's a slash in front, but also a long range attack. So that's pretty nice. Okay, I see. So let's try out his special skill and see what this stupid buff is. So it doesn't matter who we use, Sarah with, there you go. And now let's try this. I want to see what this buff actually does, because I don't know. Let's see. It says Reverence buff to... I don't see anything yet. I don't know. So let's just use Great War Ruin and debuff enemies a lot. Let's just do this for fun right now. Debuff them a lot. And then use this. And then his special skill. This should be good damage. That's pretty cool. He doesn't have any awaken levels, so that's why it's not doing as much damage as I would hope. Let's just finish him off. I don't see any reverence buff thing going on right now. Battle start, give reverence buff to god type ally with higher strength. Yeah, but I don't see it at all. So where is the buff? You're a god type ally. No, you're not. That makes sense now. I kinda like this. I like the skill 1 quite a lot. Okay, I see a problem is that his skill 1 and skill 2 can both be used out of sight. Well, out of range or whatever you want to call it, so if your skill 3 is the only way that you have to get in close. Let's use someone that's a god, like, doesn't matter who. I mean it does, I kinda want to use a god that doesn't really do damage so I can showcase properly. But who would that be? We don't really have that many god units, do we? Okay, fine. Logtheus time. I don't have him equipped with anything, really, so I'm gonna test out this buff. I just remembered I can now learn skill 1 breakthrough skill. So, reverence buff, target of arc. It just says effect. Then what the hell does it do? It doesn't say what it does here, it just says, oh, it's an effect from this arc. Tell me what it does. It doesn't tell me what it does. I don't know what it do. Well, that's dumb. Someone's gonna have to let me know, aren't they? Well, I really wish I knew what that did. Let's use this. Because I thought it was going to be something like a, you know, Slayer. Let's see if the damage is any different. Yeah. Well, the UR basically gives buffs. It's basically like a support arc, which is quite valuable, not gonna lie. I don't know what that reverence buff does. I have no idea. I wonder if anyone's talked about it yet. I don't know. Well, I guess we're not gonna know yet, are we? Because it's weird that they would give a unique buff which you have no idea what it does. Well, I guess that's is 4th Enhanced Space Showcase. Let me just show this arc for a second. So during stats elements you take less damage. You always have more maximum HP. You get more strength and int depending on how many god type allies other than the unit there are in the team. At the start of the battle you give the reverence buff to a god type ally with the highest strength, which we don't know what it does yet. We will know what it does after the stream video. So when you're watching this you probably already know. And I probably already know too. And also while unit is alive, give that ally a physical damage cap plus 1000, which maximum is 2000. So I think that this arc trait is mostly for buffing a different god DPS unit. So I think the best thing to do is put this arc on a Serra and then put Solaris on Lagreign. That would be amazing. That would give even more maximum damage potential than usual. So that is really good. Okay, for now, let's try the maximum damage test, because I'm sure I'm interested in that. I'm sure you are too. Let's go over to my testing and use lag. Usually I'll use melee mare. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to go with Solaris and put on this arc for the showcase. I mean, I kind of need a Theopolis, but do I? That's only for grouping, so technically I don't. So I'm just going to go for full damage here, and then we're going to try this out. Serra support. If you have level 10, you do, then I don't need this. Then I can use Theopolis. Perfect. So I'm going to use this team, but wait, there's more. I'm going to use damage cap increases to 1, just this, because I want to. And we're going to go with this. This should hit damage cap, I expect, and it should be very high. But there's a problem, and that is most of his damage caps are conditional, so there was one skill there was a few skills I wanted to use to increase the damage cap potential, but I'm not going to do that for now. This is just base skills with all of this other stuff on. They kind of need god type. If I put god type on everyone, then he's going to do more damage. But should I worry about that? I'm not going to. Let's just go with this. I don't expect the damage cap to be very high. It's going to be decent. I'm gonna guess 30 something. Let's go Great War Ribbon. Here we go. This should be fun. Which skill should I use? Probably a skill 1 because it's pretty fast. What next? I mean, anima, sure. There you go. Now, I don't need to use that. Now let's just use the Theopolis and we should be good. Let's use a skill 3. 40,000 sometimes. Okay, that's good. That's interesting. They died instantly. So fast. Okay, that's pretty good. He hit 40,000 on that crit. So, I like that. There were some extra attacks there too. I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Let's go over to 5th Enhance because I don't want to waste all the Ceras that I have on my friends list. Because we need those. And now let's go 5th Enhance time. Learn everything. We don't have any unit souls. It should have enough for everything. Yeah. There's Thunder Attack raise 3. More damage. Damage cap 2. Nice. And the trait, even more. So I think this unit is going to be one of those units kind of similar to melee, where it's conditional damage cap, but can have incredibly high damage cap, so it's very hard to reach the maximum potential of the unit. But at least they have it. When I go and test it, in most cases, I'm not going to be able to reach the maximum potential of the unit. That should be everything. Yep. 3,000 strength now. Amazing. Now let's try... Might as well use those. Let's try him out by himself as 5th Enhance now. Let's try and see the difference. Probably still not going to hit damage cap, but that's expected because it doesn't have any skills or anything. Let's try and use all the buffs too. Make sure everyone's over here. I want the boss to come over here. Don't waste my time. There you go, now arc skill. Then we're gonna kill everything. How fast? I like that. Skill 3 is pretty fun. Yeah, range is kind of a bit of a problem. Break. I can see a problem now. When you use your skill 1, it knocks them back. And when you don't have any other skills, you can't do anything. Because you can't use a skill 2 because you're not close enough. And you're losing hits on your skill 1. But that's pretty decent. Let me try with Solaris, because I don't think this arc being equipped on this unit is giving him any buff at all for damage, so I think it's not a good idea to equip it on him. We're gonna try this instead. Do the same thing we just did, but better. Why are you running away? Okay, let's do it now. I guess I don't need to use this, right? Yeah, I don't. Let's start killing them off then. I need to be real close to use any skills. So 20k on a crit. A lot of extra attacks too. It's not the best, but obviously he doesn't have any learnt skills or anything yet. Let's change that. Let's put on a bunch of skills. I'm gonna try and build him right now. I don't know if I have everything taught, but I did try and learn a bunch of skills yesterday. So we should have a lot of stuff. Maybe I'll try the arena showcase too. I guess we'll use all these. Now let's have a look at what I am going to equip. So I think I'll keep Honey Elixir for now. And I would probably put on HP plus 2 just because more HP is nice. You need critical ups. You don't need any more things there. You could put on Slayers if you want. I'm gonna stay with the machine. I don't know if I have machine boosts though. Pride is always nice. Thunder High Drive is always good. Pose of Honor I could do. If I were to put on Goddess Kiss with Honey Elixir, then this would be a good option. Right now, I could do it, but if I have spare SC, then I'll do it. I might do. Well, okay. Thanks for sticking around. It's not even... It's lunchtime for me. I haven't even had lunch yet. I mean, it's not that late. I'll have it after I finish this stream, which is gonna be not that much time left, but it's still got stuff to do. So I've got these both machine equips because I am having machines on, because I think machine's gonna be good. It's about 1 PM here. Skill stocks. Remember those sharp eyes? I could, but I'm not gonna. Giant Killing 2 is a yes, always. Love it. And I think that's everything that I wanted, so I guess that's it. Let's put on Goddess Kiss then, because might as well, and we still got 4 FC left, which I'm going to put on. I don't know. He doesn't need very much. He really doesn't. He doesn't need much at all. I rarely put on stat increases anymore, so I'm not going to do that. I don't really see anything else that I want to put on. There is one thing that I don't think I have it learnt, do I? Fast speed is useful. this. Then I have 3 SC left. Okay, I guess I don't need to worry about 3 SC, do I? I guess I can just keep it at that for now because it's 91, that's fine. So let's try this out. Proper build this time. And see what damage he does now. I expect it's going to be a lot higher. It was 20,000 on a crit before. Okay, now let's use skills. 26, 30. I think I'm reaching his damage cap because he doesn't have the conditional ones active, does he? Okay, well. 30,500 is his base damage cap, basically, with the damage cap increases I added on top. That is without... Oh yeah, there was one skill I wanted to equip on, I forgot about that. Let me change that. This is without all of the other damage cap increases from his traits and stuff. His conditional ones. So here's my... I want to do 2 things. Do I have them both? Number 1, I'm going to remove the stuff I don't need. It is collapse skill down here. This. So if you remember, yeah, I won't be doing showcase for that much longer. I'm almost done, so stream won't be on that much longer, but it's still pretty fun. There's a few things I want to mention. This skill has good potential. I want to try this out because if you remember, this inflicts Blaze and Lotasma on the unit, which is both debuffs, right? And if you remember, his trait gives more damage depending on how many debuffs or ailments the unit has. So this technically going to give him more damage. Even though he's debuffed, he's getting more damage. So I want to try this out. And I also want to try Berserker to see if that works, but that might be hard to test. Might be a bit too hard to test. Because I think he does more damage when he takes 5% of damage of his max HP. Now I think about it, that means you want less HP on him, don't you? They do hardly any damage. So let's try this out now. So he does have 2 debuffs. The damage cap was 30,500 before. Now it's the same, 32,000. Yeah, you see, now he's doing more damage. Well, actually that was to the boss, so I can't really tell. But anyway. Maybe it is more, I think it is. Yeah, 32,000 on the boss now. I think last time it was 30,000 on the boss, I believe. So you can see when he gets more debuffs, then he does more damage. So I think this skill is going to be a good one on him. So I'm going to keep that on him. And the next thing I wanted to try was, if you see his trait 1, whenever taking 5% of unit's max HP, boost break and thunder damage cap. So what I'm going to do is put on Berserker if I have it. I should, but I don't think I do. I think that's the one skill I forgot to put on. Which means I don't have to teach it. Yeah. I don't have it. I'll have to learn that right now, because I need that. I wanted to test it. Because if that is the case, then that means you can put on Berserker, which will lower your HP. So you'll take damage every like 6 seconds or so. But it will keep activating your trait 1 to do more damage cap. And Berserker also gives you plus 30% damage, so that could be good. I want to test it. Let's learn it quickly. I believe it's on an SSR Arc 2. Let me show which one. Can I remember which one it's on? I think that answer is potentially not. I think it is this one. Yep. Nailed it. I'm still building Ruto because why not? I just put a random arc on there. Now let's learn Berserker and see if it works. It's going to be hard to test it properly, but I'm going to try. Nice. I was hoping he would have at least some kind of Slayer on him, but he doesn't. I think this is the first field DPS unit we've had in a while without Slayers on. And that should be enough for Berserker. I really hope this works. I think Berserker's only on 2 arcs. On the new UR, and it's on the 4 Lords of Ruin arc that I just used. So, if you don't get the UR, that's fine, because it's on an SLR arc if you do manage to get it, or if you do have it. Let's go and try it out, because I hope it works. I have a feeling it won't, but imagine. There you go. Causes continual HP decrease. I don't know how much damage cap he gets per time, each time that he takes 5% of damage as HP. We'll have to see if there's any difference. Might be a bit difficult to try to see any difference, but I have to try. So let's wait for Berserker to trigger, and then we'll hit them and see if there's any difference. Now it triggered Divine Black Lightning. Was that the trait? I think that is the name of the trait, so I think it does work. 32. Is that his trait 1? Divine Black Lightning. Yes. So I think it does work. It sounds like it works, because when I took the damage from Berserker, the name of the trait popped up, which meant that it probably did activate it, so I'm happy now. I think it works. Divine Black Lightning, yeah, it is working. Now it's doing more damage, you see. 33,000. Let's keep triggering it a few more times. Let me just run around like an idiot. Divine Black Lightning. Let me wait one more time. There you go. Now skill 3. Never mind. Skill 3. 35,000 it's doing now. Then 33 for some reason. Because one of the debuffs went off. I see. That makes sense. So, Yes, Berserker works. Good to know. I highly recommend to put on Berserker, because that is some crazy synergy. Even though it's not the best thing, because you don't get that much damage cap, it's still something, you know. And I think it does not reset. It doesn't reset each wave, so that is good. So I think this build, what do I have on right now? Let me see. Honey Elixir, I don't technically need that. That is just for making it easier to use skills. HP plus 2, you don't need it either. I just like having a bit more HP. It's pretty good. The critical ups, I like having these two because they're pretty cheap. Especially critical up 2. Recommend that more than critical up 1. If you don't have enough SC, then remove this one. You don't need it. You already have critical up 3. Critical up 2 I recommend because you kind of need the healing if you have Berserker on. Machine Equip I have on just because I feel like this Mecha Cannon is going to be one of his highest damage potential equipments, because having a chance to deal extra thunder damage on top of his trait 1, which does the same thing, is pretty strong. Extra thunder attacks, extra attacks in general, always pretty strong. Fast speed's pretty useful. You don't need it, but I just like having it. Pride is good to have. I mean, I guess I should remove that really. You don't need it because you have Berserker on. So I guess I should remove that for something else, but this isn't my final build. This is just the build I put on for the moment, so I will be adjusting this a bit, but most of these skills are ones you should be looking for. Thunder High Drive, I recommend that quite a lot. It's pretty good. And Machine Boost and Machine High Boost if you have a machine on, or if you're doing a sword, then do sword instead. The skill stocks I recommend because they're just useful. Giant Killing 2, now, not many people have this skill available to them because it is on Holy War UR Arc, which not that many people have it because it was only on Granadus banner. Actually, it was only on the Murren's banner. It was on Murren's banner only, so that was a permanent unit. I don't think anyone's going to have this, or many people will have this. I just have this because I like it a lot. Berserker, I recommend this a lot. It's so good for this unit. It's amazing. Automatic Equip just because I like it, and Demon Lord Awaken is quite good synergy. Most of these skills down here you probably won't have, like these two, and Giant Killing 2 you probably won't have, so I recommend put on other damage skills or more survivability, anything kind of useful. But to be honest, he doesn't really need that much because he has a lot of stuff in his kit already, so that has a lot of SC saves. I think he's pretty good so far. Now I haven't tested him out in like harder stages and stuff, and I still need to build him a bit and awaken and stuff, but let's move over to Arena because I want to try him out there. I'm going to stick with Lenius because he's fun. Let's try him out. I'm just going to do this as a little showcase. I guess the best thing to do is spar someone, right? But maybe I can find a tank team just to see if it works. So let me teach everything real quick. So what I'm going to be doing is obviously paid. I'm going to go with the same weapons, because I think those weapons are going to be some of the best to use. Actually, his paid claw, I should be using something else instead, so I'm probably going to remove that and put on a different claw I have. I don't have the Thunder one, Godforge yet, but I'm not going to worry about that yet. I'm going to do that later. So for Arena, I'm just going to be using a similar build to what I had originally, because yeah, maybe Advanced Aim Vitals might be good. For more damage, I might try that. Machine Equipped. And I don't think I really need anything else, do I? The machine. Pride, I could, because I do have healing. But Berserker... Yeah, I don't really use Pride that much in Arena. Because you're not always going to be max HP. Sky High is good. Pride Attack Backstab is always good. For Arena mostly, if you can, abuse it. I do like Shockwave. I don't know if there's a Claw High boost. I should probably look at that. I don't think Claw High boost is on an arc. I'm gonna check. I don't think it is. I think that might be one of the skills that we need. So Claw High boost is on. It is on an arc. I just don't have it taught yet. It's on the Megalodon arc. So I should definitely teach that to him as soon as possible. Yeah, I'm gonna test him in Arena. Just do a few hits because I really want to test it. It kind of give a bit more better idea, I guess. Skill charges, I'm gonna have them all. Why not? Decoy. I might run out of. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna run out of SC. Sharp eyes. I'm just gonna chuck on everything, then remove the stuff that I don't think I need. That's what I usually do. Automatic equip besties, yes. And I think that's everything. Doom a lot awaken, yeah. So obviously this is too much SC, so I'm gonna remove stuff now that I don't think I need. Like, I guess Shockwave, probably. Thunder High Drive. I guess critical. I could remove that, but I don't know. I guess I will. It's a bit expensive. I guess I only need one of these. One SC, how fun. I guess I don't need... If it's only one SC, I could just remove fast speed, right? There you go, perfect. Now we're gonna go with this. Second weapon is gonna be the eldest accessories. I usually like to have at least one revive on the DPS unit as an accessory. So I'm gonna do that. And then the second accessory is usually just whatever I want. For this, I'm gonna go with this paid one. I'm gonna change this claw out for a DPS claw that actually gives damage, which is going to be this one. And then we're gonna go with this. So we're gonna try this out. I don't know how good it's gonna do or how bad. I'm looking forward to it, but I don't know if I will find anyone in Arena that I should go against, because it might be better for me to... Because this is a tank team, I could do it, because I got Linus. I guess I might as well. He's not... I don't expect him to do any damage at all, or hardly any. But I do have the anima. So here's the plan, I'm gonna try and kill... Never mind. There you go. So obviously I don't think it's going to do very much damage against a tank team. He doesn't have any slayers. Most of the damage is from Linus, I believe. So he might be here for a while. I guess I could try to target Gorm. You know. Yeah, most of the damage is Linus, which is funny. Yeah, he's not really doing anything, as you can see. He's hardly doing anything. 31 damage because it's a Murren. I know. Pathetic. Yeah, well, he doesn't seem to be doing very much right now. 72 damage against a Murren. Yeah. Let me just... Okay. Well, that wasn't a good showcase because Linus did everything. So what I'm gonna do is something else. Change you out. And we're just gonna try with supporting him with as much as possible. It doesn't matter what you have. And then, obviously I don't expect to win with this team, so I'm just gonna spar someone. I don't really know who, it doesn't really matter too much, does it? I mean, sure. So this should give him more damage, but I mean, they're dying, but not as much damage as I would like. Maybe a skill 1 is the key, I don't know. 3000. Yeah, it doesn't do as much damage as I thought it would. Not gonna lie. It's because he doesn't have any slayers. Now I can change that. So, by adding you. On a tank team, he's probably gonna do nothing. I could try my own defense. For fun. You know, sure. It just doesn't look like it does much damage at all. Maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe he does still do decent damage, I don't know. That was decent. To Roland, he's not doing very much, now he's dying. I mean, the crits are good, but obviously I don't really have any tanks in this team. I'll test it against the other tank team in a minute. It is pretty fun though. See, like, it can pierce enemies, so I guess its skill 1 is good. If I go up against Duke, I'm literally not going to do any damage. So we're not going to win, but I will try it. Okay. And we're going to try and, I don't know, focus on Tharia or Shift Gorm. One of those two. But you'll see he's going to do no damage. Hardly any. There he got flinched and now he's... Or did he? Probably. Yeah. It's not doing as much as I want it to. It keeps getting inflicted with curse because I don't have curse resistance, do I? Well, this is only a spar, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just doing this to showcase. It's kind of a good showcase because you can see what damage he's inflicted with curse again. What damage he does against a tank team, which is not much. But that was good because he launched him in the air. Korea died once. Skill 2. I'm not impressed at all. Maybe it's just because it's too tanky for him, and physical DPS in general, it's not really doing anything. So let me see if I can find something else. I don't know if I can though. That's fine. There you go. I don't know if he's gonna be an arena unit. Maybe it's just because I'm trying him as a full DPS and it's not really working. 300. Well, it's not bad here. But again, it's only doing like not as much as a Demon Lord Rimuru would. I guess I shouldn't expect. Well, that's doing decent damage, but expect killed him. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a DPS arena unit, I believe, so far. He could be kind of like a Shift Roland type unit, right? Where he can do some damage, but also is a bit tanky. That's what I think so far. But I probably not going to use him in the arena for the moment. He could be a hybrid tank slash DPS. But for now, he's not doing insane damage, so I don't think he's going to be a high DPS arena unit. Probably it's just because he was against very tanky teams, but even then, let's just change this back to the way it was. There you go. That's whatever. I'll do that later. He doesn't seem the best for arena at the moment, but he could still be good because, you know, he could be like a hybrid, like a Shift Roland type arena unit, which is pretty strong, not gonna lie. But what it looks like is Mia seems like she has more damage at the moment, probably because she has Human Slayers. And obviously Demon Lord Rimuru would still do a lot more because he's non-attribute and long range, takes advantage of the Spell Renderer weakness. So, yeah, I think in Arena he's decent, I just wouldn't use him for my main DPS. He's not good enough for a main DPS, I would say. And I'm also not using the Game Master arc. So for a main DPS, for Arena it's not worth doing, but for some DPS slash a hybrid tank could be good. In hard boss stages, in any other stage, I think it's going to be pretty strong. It's just a problem with its conditional damage caps, you kind of need these. So if you want to run a full team, then I would recommend to put on Mimicry, God, on the units that are not God type, because that should work. Then it will give him even more damage cap. So I think that's everything I wanted to talk about, I believe. I don't think there's anything else I can really mention. I've been here for 2 hours, almost 20 minutes. I need to have lunch now. Very hot. And I've been talking for like 2 hours straight, so it's a bit much for me. So, conclusion, I guess. He seems like a very good unit. I don't know how he's going to rank in terms of, is he one of the best DPS units? How good is he gonna compare to other units? Well, I don't think he's going to be the best. He's definitely not. I think Shift Bayland is probably the most useful physical DPS unit in the game right now. Because he's non-attribute and does a lot of damage, I think he's one of the best. But I think he's going to be a fun unit. He can do good damage. He's definitely the best Thunder DPS unit because we don't have that many. so that is valuable by itself. He seems to have decent break, probably not the highest break because, you know, as other break units like Murren's good breaker, I don't think he'll compare to those. I could test it out right now if I want. I'm tempted. I could do that. With a break. Well, I'm not going to worry about that because it's a bit. I've been on here for a long time, so I think he's going to be a good unit. Now, the UR arc is a bit of a different story. I don't really know much about the UR arc in terms of the reverence buff. The trait itself is interesting. I recommend, if you do manage to get this, I recommend put it on like a support unit. Don't put it on the new unit because I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather put on Solaris. Solaris is going to be a lot better on Lagreign because it actually gives him more damage and damage cap. This doesn't do anything on the current unit really to buff their damage. It buffs other allies' units, so I recommend put this on like a Seraph. That would be a good option, potentially. And I don't know much about the reverence buff yet. I'll have to look into that. And the skill is okay. It's pretty good. I've mentioned all of this already, but it's a solid arc, not gonna lie. Not worth chasing. If you do get lucky to get it, then be happy that got it because it's good. And the unit, I would say the main reason to pull on this banner is for the unit. Some people do like Ray as a unit. He is pretty good, pretty fun. So if you want a Thunder DPS unit, or if you just like Ray in general, go for him if you want, because he is a solid unit. And I think that's all I can say about this banner. And I'm not going to be looking at the event in this stream video thing, because I feel like we've been here for long enough. The main reason for these videos, streams, are to showcase the units and all the updates and everything, so I think we've cut everything we can. And I think I've had enough talking for now, so I'm gonna have to leave it for here. Hopefully you enjoy this update. It's a strange update. They're doing some good giveaways like the Arc trade ticket and the unit ticket and the guaranteed rainbow potion. I still have 3 left, so I'm just going to save those, but it's good that we're getting some free stuff. And the Maze of Tartarus is back. I'm not going to do that in this video stream, but I will be trying that in my own time. It is a permanent event now, so you can do that anytime you want. There's no rush, and they remove the rankings and everything. And I think that's it. If you do plan to pull on this banner, then good luck. Remember, this banner lasts 30 days in total, so you don't need to pull right now. And there's also still Leona banner. Which one would I rather get? Well, here's the thing, is this banner is a limited banner, so the arc and the unit are most likely not going to come back for a very long time until next summer. So for a full year, they're not going to come back. And Lagreign is good, and it has a UR arc in it too, but it also has other DOH units in, so it kind of depends really. It's hard to decide which banner to pull on, but it's up to you really. I would say if you're looking for more limited things, go for this banner, or the other one, probably this one though. If not, then go for this banner if you're looking for more value, because it's got other DOH units in there, so highly recommend this for more newer players. And that's about it really. 2 hours 24 minutes. I'm gonna end it here because I've done too much. It was a good stream, not gonna lie, it went well. I'll see you in the next one, probably in 2 weeks from now. No idea what the next unit's gonna be. Then I expect there to be a collab at some point, I don't know when, because I feel like we haven't had one that soon, that recent, so I don't know what it's gonna be. Still hoping for that Devil May Cry rerun, but I don't know if it's gonna happen, so I'll see you in the next one. I'll try to do some more videos, but I don't know if I'll manage to get those I don't really have any ideas or anything. I'm still chilling out and everything, so I'll see you in the next one in at least 2 weeks from now. So bye.